Hi, my name is Gerry, and I am a twin troller owner. Behind me is my twin troller. I have made a few videos and placed them on YouTube, and during those YouTube videos I was fishing in my twin troller. People noticed that and have contacted me about the twin troller and asked me questions and commented about how we need more videos from twin troller owners to talk about their boat. Now, if you're interested in this boat, you have probably observed on the Twin Troller website, which is manufactured by Freedom Electric Marine. There are videos there done by David from Twin Troller, and he does a good job of that, but this is intended to be a video from a boat owner. I intend to just show you my boat, and I will do some other videos about how I have either modified my boat, made enhancements on it, made it better for me for fishing, because to me this is the best fishing boat that I have owned. How did I get to own this boat? Well, as you can probably tell, I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm retired, but I have owned boats most of my life. I fished competitively in bass fishing tournaments up north. I retired. I moved here to Central Florida. I fish here in tournaments. Now I fish mainly as a co-angler, meaning that I got rid of my boats, the bigger boats anyway, the big bass boat, Ranger, full-size Comanche. I was tired of taking care of big boats. So what did I do? I bought a fishing kayak, a Hobie Cat, high-end fishing kayak. Fished with that for more than a year, decided that it just wasn't for me, and chose to then look for something else. And that's when I found the twin troller. I'm very happy with it. It allows me to go the same places, to fish in the same waters that I always fished in. But I do that a little bit slower, but I can sometimes go in places that I could not go in a full-size bass boat. And this operates much cheaper. My cost for operating, my cost for towing, and I can spend the entire day in comfort doing what I want to do. So let me show you about my boat. You'll see the boat has 2 seats, but unless I'm fishing with a second person, I don't fish with that second seat. Usually I am in just this front seat here. The back seat I take out. This boat comes with, now this is the deluxe model, but they all come with this Lowrance X4 on the nose fish finder. It's an okay fish finder. Does what you want it to do. Tells you where bottom is, tells you where the structure is. It's not the greatest, but it works. It also tells you an important thing, which is the voltage that's in the system, because that is connected to the battery that's on board. Voltage is not a great way of telling the amount of power you have left in a battery, but it's not bad, and it gives you some indication. So I use that. In addition to that, you see this? This is another fish finder that I have. Now this used to be in my kayak. This is also a Lowrance. It is an Elite 4 DSI. It has GPS capability. It allows me to tell where I am and get back to wherever I am, or set waypoints, or all that kind of stuff. And I like it. Now, this is independent of the boat. This is a battery pack, a rechargeable battery. And let me try to open this with one hand. And this will run all day. I've never used up the battery in it. And that way I'm not worried about using up the battery in the boat. Here's extra storage I built, and I will give you an additional videos about how I did those. There are rod supports here. I have 4. It comes with 2. I found where I could buy the identical ones. I put another one here and another one over there in the back, just to store extra rods. I can lay down rods right here, and you can see the Honda 2.3 horsepower motor on the back. The deluxe model comes with this trailer, and it works very well. I have no issues with that. I have one issue on the boat. It has to do with these cup holders. If you put a drink, a can of soda, anything like that in the cup holder, as you can see, you won't have it for too long. They don't seem to do a very good job at holding a beverage. So I don't use them very much. This is the transducer for the original fish finder. This transducer goes to the fish finder I also installed. Now, I temporarily mounted it on this PVC bracket, and I like it so much. The issue is I haven't changed it. I just leave it there. It's not worth the trouble to me. Here you see the top end of a bilge pump that I put in. I have a switch here. Runs the bilge pump off of this. I have a 12-volt outlet here. I've got USB outlets here. I've got a fire extinguisher here. I put an extension on this so that I can sit more into the center of the boat and control the motor. I have this, actually this came off the kayak, but this, when I'm out in a body of water early in the morning, then I'm afraid that there might be other boats around. If I rotate that, it's a strobe light. Works pretty well. You can't see it so well here, but in the dark it works well. Here's the battery. I have the next size up from what they recommended. I didn't want to have an issue of running out of battery power out on a lake of which is loaded with alligators. I'm in Central Florida. Lots of gators here. Right there is a onboard battery charger. It's got a real short connector in the back. I connect right there over to there with an extension cord and charge it as soon as I come in. You can lay rods down in here. I sometimes have 3 or 4 rods on each side. I have rods that are sitting in the holders at the same time. I hold quite a bit on this. I did change the lights on the back of the boat or the trailer. Those are LED lights. The original ones, after a couple of months, they get corrosion on them. I was having trouble with the lights already. I scrapped them, put on those. I think I got them on eBay. I've also added bearing buddies to the trailer underneath the right here. That helps with not having to worry about bearings going out and that kind of thing. I carry this with me. I throw it over the side. It's a weight, drops to the bottom. This holds my place. So if I'm found a location where I want to fish and keep with them, then I stay there. There's a ruler right here. 4 pockets on the boat, as you can see here, that hold things. I'm forever dropping things in there. I always carry a horn. One of the reasons why I told you about those cup holders, I used to have the larger kind with a can It was about the size of a can of Freon, if you've ever done AC work on your car. Over the side, never saw it again. I didn't realize that it did that. That happened on my very first trip. So you can see I've got additional storage here, here, personal things here, clippers, pliers, and these are the pedals that drive. I don't know if you can hear that. This one drives the trolling motor that's built into the hole here. This one drives the trolling motor that's built into the hole underneath here, right across the bottom here. I don't know if you can see very well. There are grates there that keep larger items from getting up in there. These work variable speed as well as reverse, and these will actually operate much like a bobcat skid steer, if you will. You can make one go forward, one go backward, and it will rotate in its own axis. Very good. There's some ties here, and I use this rope for launching the boat. I back it into the water, unhook it from the nose, give it a quick push, it goes out. I pull it back in off to the side, bring it up onto the shore, untie it, throw the rope in the trunk, drive and park the vehicle, come back down, get in the vehicle. And then I do the reverse to take it out of the water. I push the boat out from the shore till it gets behind the trailer, and then pull the rope and get it lined up with the thing. And I pull it actually by hand most of the way onto the trailer, and then usually it's close enough that, and I stand in the water up to my knees maybe, and hook on with the strap, and then pull it the rest of the way. Inside the boat, I also carry a pedal, and I carry a tool that I made, and I'll show you a video of how to make this tool. This tool is priceless, and it works fantastic. And what is it for? It's hard to do this with one hand. Okay, works like this. If you get weeds, soft weeds will suck up into the props, right through the grates. And sometimes it causes a real problem. If you take this while you're in the boat and you go back and forth and sweep with it right underneath the boat, it catches the weeds, pulls them out from the trolling motor area, and then you can usually get almost all, if not all of them, right off, and you can go wherever you want. This is priceless. I don't know how in the world I could have operated without it, because I go in places that I shouldn't be going in. But that's just the way how I fish. And I will show a video of how to make this later on. Not very hard, but I got real lucky the first time I made this, and it works phenomenal. Now, the Twin Troller says that you can operate on the battery. I think it's a 27 series, and whatever the series is they tell you, for 3 hours with both trolling motors running full blast. I put in the next size up. I just didn't want to have that issue of running out of battery power, and I never have. And I've been out all day long. Most of the time that's the way how I fish. So I put that in. But with that, I ran the additional accessories of the bilge pump and the connectors in the front if I wanted to charge my GoPro or connect to it or anything like that. Now, this motor supposedly will run for an hour. It has an onboard fuel tank. It will run for an hour on full throttle. So I wanted to make sure I had enough fuel. So you see these bottles, if you recognize them, they sell them mostly for putting alcohol in it for people who are going into deep wilderness, high peaks, to run their either their cooking stoves, or for light, or they make them for different things. This holds, it's about 28 ounces, I think it is. Holds just about what the onboard fuel tank carries. So here's another hour, an hour on here, and I carry one more over on the other side. I contacted the company that makes these, and they say that they are suitable for gasoline. And I saw lots of feedback on Amazon of people carrying these in their saddlebags for motorcycles so that they had spare. They do not leak. They have a fairly large opening at the top that I can pour in, even if it's a little bit rough water. I don't have any issues with that.